Okay, so the session is now being recorded. So ang ating topic again is firewall. So again, what is firewall? That is monitoring control of the incoming and outgoing network traffic. But what would be the basis? There must be a predetermined rule or policy. So this would be used to block unauthorized access and even yung potential cyber threats. That's why we can consider firewall as a network security system. We know that firewall is also a software and a hardware or can be a combination of both. No? That's why in our lesson for today, since this is a the topic is about firewall technologies, we will be explaining yung securing network with firewall and our firewall in the network design. So that's why we can explain how firewalls are used to help secure network. Now, paano ba nagtatrabaho ang firewall? Kumbaga, kung ito yung ating World Wide Wide o yung pinaka one, so it acts as a barrier. Kaya ang pinaka parang symbol niya o kanyang ano makikita na parang pader talaga. Ayan, no? Ito yung pinaka gatekeeper, okay? Uh, in management of your data between the network and the internet. So, bago ka pumasok doon sa iyong, let's say sa router na nakakabit sa iyong local area network, okay, ito yung nag-act as a gatekeeper. Yung tinatawag natin na firewall, no? So that is one of the purpose of the firewall, no? So nag-establish tayo ng barrier sa entry point ng ating network. So dito, nagkakaroon tayo ng mga security policies. Yan yung magiging predetermined policies natin na magsasabi kung ano yung traffic yung i-allow, which traffic will be allowed or at the same time blocked or rejected. That's why if you have a firewall, you can monitor, no? You can block yung mga sites na hindi appropriate, no? Okay? So now if we can consider, no, yung ating firewall design later in our discussion, makikita natin yung iba't ibang klase. For example, yung how we can secure network with firewall. So this is what I'm telling kanina. Ito yung World Wide Web. Then the firewall acts as a gatekeeper which allows traffic, no? It can also deny yung mga inbound traffic. So depende sa predetermined policies and rules. Okay? So one of the purpose of the firewall is to protect your network. No, although different types of firewall have different benefits and even limitations. Pero ano ba yung mga common properties sila? Yung firewall can enforce access control policy. Si firewall kasi the only transit point between the internal network and sa external network mo. Kasi lahat ng mga traffic natin will only flow through the firewall, no? Okay. So that is one of the operations, no? Kung paano nasi-secure yung ating network. Okay, now as we continue, anyway, may dalawang klase kasi, no? Dito ko na lang i-ano sa kabila, no? May dalawang klase kasi ng ano, no? May tinatawag tayo na stateless. Okay. May tinatawag tayo na stateless. At may tinatawag tayo na, kung di ako nagkakamali, yung tinatawag din natin na stateful firewall. So, anong difference? Yung mga early firewalls kasi did not retain information. So, yun yung stateless. So, did not uh, retain about connections. yung mga access niya. So, hindi nagsisave yung mga information, no? Halimbawa, yung mga packets. Kaya nagiging less effective sila against sophisticated attacks. Now, itong stateful firewall, example ito yung checkpoint, that is a brand, no? Nag-i-store to ng connection information. Lahat ng mga information, lalo yung mga packets o any information, no? Enabling them to detect anomalies like DDoS. So, yung mga DDoS attack na detect yung mga distributed denial of service attack, saka yung mga domain name system spoofing na tinatawag, yun yung mga common na nabibigyan niya ng protection, no? Now, alam na natin guys no, yung kaibahan ng dalawa. So pag hindi nagre-retain yung information, stateless. Pag nagre-retain, that is stateful. Now, we have also types of firewall at ito nga yung example, yung stateless. Yung packet filtering, you just identifying the packets or filtering the packets but do not saving information or do not retaining information. So most likely yung mga stateless firewall, yan yung mga typical router firewall or packet filtering firewall or packet filtering router, no? Router firewall. So it only allows or denies traffic. Ano ba yung layer 3 and layer 4 information? Pag layer 3 kasi IP, Internet Protocol. Okay, pag layer 4, nandyan yung ating segmentation. Okay, kumbaga sa ano, ito naman yung ating packets. Ito segments. Stateless lang kasi they use a simple policy that filters traffic based on specific criteria. So, hindi ka nag-save ng information. So, kung may bago, hindi mo na-save. Kung ano na yung nakalagay doon sa iyong uh, policy table, yun lang yung nagiging basis niya sa kanyang pag-permit or pag-deny. Kaya, hindi siya maaasahan when it comes to attacks. Unlike kapag stateful, gaya nga si checkpoint, may capability siya to save information. Kasi, nagpo-provide sila ng packet filtering. Ang kaibahan lang, mini-maintain nito yung connection, yung information. Kaya masasabi natin na ito is one of the most common firewall technologies because of its versatility. Okay? So, filtering ito nangyayari to at the network or at the layer 3. Now, for the proxy firewall, ito ginagamit natin to, no? Yung proxy firewall, if you want to connect, if you want to bypass no yung router, then you want to have a proxy. This filter information at layer 3, 4, 5, and 7. Most of the firewall control and filtering is done in the software. So, meron kang software management na ginagawa. Halimbawa, si client, kailangan mo ng access sa remote server. So, kumukonect ka na lamang sa proxy server. Okay, kaya ang tawag dyan is application gateway firewall. Now, for the next generation firewall, masasabi natin beyond stateful firewall. Kasi bukod dun sa nakakapag-connect ka lang or nakakapag-save ka ng information o nagre-retake ka ng information, meron siyang capability to uh, integrate yung intrusion. Pag sinabing intrusion prevention system, you are preventing malwares no to or attacks na pumunta sa system mo. Iba pa 'yon sa tinatawag na IDS. Yung IDS is just detection. Pag sinabing detection, you will just be notified. But there is no action. There is no protection. Unlike kapag IPS, there will be a prevention that attacks or threats may come no sa inyong system. Okay, yan yung tinatawag natin ng mga firewalls, no? Okay, so what else, no? So, dapat natin maintindihan. Benefits of packet filtering. O, to, example to ng mga packet filtering firewall. So, again, nag-take place tayo sa layer 3 at layer 4. No? Sa state, we call this the, sabi ko nga, meron tayong stateless. No? Sa layer 3 and layer 4. So, dito, source IP address under layer 3. Pati ito, layer 3 to, protocols, port number, destination port, no? Under yun ng dalawa, transport and the network. Now, meron tayong simple rule, permit and deny, easy to implement, low impact. Na limitation, yun lang ang problema, IP spoofing. Okay? And they use complex ACL and cannot dynamically filter. O what, hindi mo ma-automate, usually manual, and stateless. Eh, pag stated kasi, does not retain information. So, hindi siya reliable. Unlike yung tinatawag na stateful, meron siya capability to retain. No? Although there are very benefits. Simple policy. Low impact lang naman sa network performance. Hindi naman nakaka-apekto sa speed o sa network performance. Easy implementation. Then, meron ka rin naman kahit pa paano, initial degree of security. Kung hindi ka naman, wala namang ganun importanteng data, hindi ka naman ganun kalaking tao or something like wala ka naman masyadong tinatagong importanteng files, eh, maybe it is sufficient na para sa iyo. At mas mura, syempre. No? Unlike kapag yung mga ano, mahal kasi yung mga firewall na stateful, no? Kasi nga, mas may mga features sila na applicable sa mga high-end na data na kinakailangan i-protect. Okay, stateful naman, benefits, syempre, when it comes to defense, panatag ka. Limitation, no? Application layer inspection, strong packet filtering, improve performance, even IP spoofing, DNS spoofing, and DOS attacks or DDoS attacks can be prevented. Then reach your data log. Yung nga lang dito, may wala siya authentication support. Hindi tayo masyado makapag-depend against dynamic port negation at limited tracking. No? Stateful yan. Ang stateful, nagre-retain ng information content. Information content. Okay, so yan yung typically, no? The tinatawag nating stateful at stateless sa pagkakaiba niya. No? Okay, now sa design ng firewall natin, no? The design is primarily about device permitting or denying traffic based on the source destination type of traffic. Here are the three common firewall design. So meron tayong private and public, demilitarized zone, DMZ, at zone-based policy. So sa design, guys, no, uh, sa common security architecture, kasi alam naman natin, si firewall, no, uh, can be used to protect our network. Particularly sa mga threats, halimbawa yung worms. Alam niyo ba, si worm is a self-replicating program, no? That masasabi natin na mas parang dangerous pa nga siya kay virus. Kasi si virus, ang kanyang ina-direct attack is the host only. But kay worm, pati yung network, no? So, ngayon dito, no, pagdating natin kay firewall, yung ating uh, security, magiging mas panatag ka, no? Kumbaga sa ano, kasi syempre, mas mahal nga yan. Stateful, no? Okay, ngayon, ito, i-discuss natin yung three common firewall designs na pwede nating magamit, no? Lalo na kapag tayo nag-i-implement or gusto nating kumuha. ng ating sariling firewall, no? Pero syempre, may kakaibat na cost kapag medyo malaki ang maraming features, mas mahal. Sige, ano ba yung private and public? Kasi mayroon tayong tinatawag na trusted and untrusted network. So, ito yung nagkikreate ng boundary. Creates boundary between the trusted and untrusted network. O, yun yung nagiging dahilan. Nagkakaroon ka ng boundary, no? Si public and saka si private, nagkakaroon ng trusted and untrusted network. Pag sinabing nating ah ah, trusted internal network, ito kasi yung loob. Siyempre, alam naman natin kapag internal, you are trusted, no? Pero to external. So nagkakaroon ng boundary, no? Typically, the internet. Usually sa internet, no? So paano natin na-achieve yan? Ang ating firewall kasi, merong, halimbawa, merong two interfaces. Kuwari, ito si firewall, no? O, ito yung firewall natin. Ito, konektado sa internal network or tinatawag natin na trusted. Which, pag sinabi natin trusted network, ito yung internal. Now, ito naman, konektado dun sa untrusted, which is the external network. So, protektado tayo, no? Kapag gumamit tayo ng firewall. Okay, the firewall enforces access control policies. Ito, nagkakaroon to ng mga access control policies, yung mga predetermined policies, no, to protect the internal network from the external threats. So, ang gagawin mong policy diyan is to protect the internal network from the external threats. Yan yung nagiging reason, no, kung bakit meron tayong firewall. Isa sa mga reason yan. Kasi may maraming threats, napakadami yung mga napag-aaralan natin, yung mga malware. Okay, yan yung tinatawag natin na para masasabi natin kapag kino-consider natin sa private and public design, no? Na pag sinabi nating DMZ or demilitarized zone naman, no? Maaari ito naririnig nyo lagi, yung DMZ. Ang DMZ kasi, kumbaga sa ito yung subnetwork that sits between an organization's internal network and the external network, like the internet. Parang ano siya, para siyang host public facing servers. Pwedeng web, email server, and FTP. So parang yan ay subnetwork. That is parang ganito ang diagram, no? Let me draw, no, para makita nyo. Sa DMZ, okay, halimbawa, no, meron ako ditong firewall. Tapos konektado sa internet. Ito yung internet. This is the firewall. Ngayon, to connect to the internet, gumagamit ka ng public IP address. Okay, public IP. No, to connect papunta sa internet, to the external network kay firewall. No? Ngayon, ito guys, no, itong firewall mong ito, mayroon ka pang isang interface to the web. Ano ba ito? Kukonect ako dito sa isang web server. Tapos itong nakakonekta kay internet, merong isang nakakonektang ano pa, parang tinatawag natin na let's say ah, end user. Ito si end user nakakonekta, may laptop. So ngayon, itong si end user, kapag kumonekta ka dito, ang tawag doon, may tinatawag tayo na source address translation na nagkakaroon tayo ng ah, typically the translation na once the web server is connected. So ibig sabihin ganito, no? Etong si web server kasi, most likely, kung ito ay ko-connect sa private address, kasi may dalawang ano yan, pwedeng pagkonektahan. Isang, let's say, private. Sa private, ito yung IP. Bibigyan ko kayo ng example, no? IP to. .2.30. Tapos, si public naman. Halimbawa, ang public ko is 172 or 209, for example lang. No? Okay, so let's say 209. Ito yung public, 209. That, halimbawa, 165.200.225. So basically, itong public IP address natin ay may IP.209.165.200.225. Oh, yun yung isa sa nakikita natin, no? Na ngayon, mapapansin nyo, dahil kumonekta ko in public, meron tayong tinatawag na source address translation na itatranslate niya yung dalawang IP. Halimbawa, ito yung sa public, yung 200.1 o 209.165.200.225. Yan yung pang public. Tapos yung 172.16.2.30 naman pang private. Na ito nakakonekta dun sa ating web server. Okay? So, yan ang tinatawag na demilitarized zone. So, nagkaroon ka ng interface. From the web server, ito tinatawag to na DMZ interface or demilitarized zone. So, kasi guys, ang demilitarized zone, yan ay sub-network that sits between organization's internal network and the external network. Kumbaga, kapag tayo nagbibigay ng services like web server, email, naka-under tayo ng demilitarized zone. Kasi bakit? Ano ba yung purpose ng DMZ? To allow internet users to access a company's public server while still maintaining security of the company's private land. Halimbawa, may mga pinablik si ganitong company. Open yun to the public, but it doesn't mean na lahat ng files ay ma-access mo. So that typical process is called the demilitarized zone. So ano nangyari? It prevents intrusion from moving from the DMZ to the rest of the corporate network. So nagkakaroon ka ng additional layer of security to the LAN na ensuring that the public can connect to the services of the DMZ without penetrating the LAN. So ma-access mo yung mga files na gustong i-public ng isang company but not all of the files. And that is called the demilitarized zone. Kaya meron tayong mga zone-based policy. May mga approaches tayo, may mga implementation tayo. Halimbawa, sa zone-based policy na yan, gumagamit tayo ng zones to define the network segment. No? Gumagamit tayo ng mga zones, no? Uses zone, no? To protect uh, to define the network segments, no? Para ma-apply natin yung permit and deny. Okay? So yun yung mga commonly pag sinabi nating zone-based policy, no? I hope yan ay naintindihan dyan sa part na yan. Now, as I said a while ago, ito yung private sa public. O, balikan natin. O, dito mas detalyado, no? Ito yung sinasabi ko na private, yung internal, trusted. At ito naman yung public na untrusted. Pinoprotect natin yan kasi nandito yung mga threats na pwedeng pumasok. For example, this is an example of a firewall. Firewall, ano to, router. Pwede kang mag-deny ng access, pwede kang mag-permit. Pag nag-permit ka, pwede kang makapag-access ng web or email. Ito yung mga services. Okay, so as you notice, guys, no, the public network is the outside, which is untrusted, and the private network is the inside, which is the trusted. So tayo take note of that, no? Lagi nyo tatandaan yung mga ganyan, no? Pagdating sa mga policies. Okay, now, demilitarized zone, sabi ko nga, ito yon. The firewall that is typically one inside interface. Yun yung DMZ interface. Ito yun, sinasabi ko DMZ interface. No, connected to the private network at yung isa to the public. Ang tawag doon is the DMZ. Kapag yung isa nakakonekta sa private at isa sa public. No? So dito, nakikita nyo dito na selectively, inaalaw natin tong server na ito na makapag-block at the same time makapag-permit with no restriction. Okay? So take note of that. No? Yun yung tawag na DMZ or demilitarized zone. Zone-based policy, ito naman yung concept ng zones, no, to provide additional flexibility. So pag sinabing zone, group of one or more interfaces, no? Yun ang typical di ibig sabihin ng zone, no? Mga naka-assign to based on security requirement. So may mga zone pairs na tinatawag, no? Parang allowing specs ng mga unidirectional firewall, no, between two zones. So may mga policies na ki-create. Okay? And at the same time, nakikita din natin yung iba't ibang klase na mga benefits ito. No? So ngayon, pag ikaw yung naka-firewall, protected ka. Pero sa protection, meron tayong natawag na layer defense. Okay, so how deep yung inyong network security? So ito yung pinaka-core. So ano ba yung network core? Ang network core policy natin, protects against malicious software. O yung malicious software is called malware. Ano ba yung mga possible na dapat nandyan as your protection? Dapat meron kang antivirus. Usually, the antivirus protects your host. No? Ngayon, pag additional layer is yung perimeter. So, dyan na pumapasok yung mga demilitarized zone, yung mga zone-based policy. And even the communication security. Kasi kapag ikaw ay gumagamit sa network, may communication security. Dapat tayo, ano bang ibig sabihin ng information assurance? Sigurado ka na ang yung network mo ay protected. Then endpoint, nakakapag-provide tayo ng identity and device for policy compliance. So yan yung nakikita natin na mga layered defense sa firewall. Okay, so as we continue pa, so position firewalls at security boundary, firewalls are a critical part of the network, but it is unwise to rely exclusively on a firewall for security. So deny all traffic by default. Pag sinabing deny, block. Meron lang tayo pini-permit o kapag tayo ay nasa partial list o parang partial protection, no? So marami siyang ibang monitoring logs, nag-change ng management, firewall implementation, so on and so forth. Okay, so yun yung tinatawag na layered, no? And as we continue pa further, how we identify, meron tayong packet tracer activity. You will observe a packet flow in a LAN. Mamaya, no? You will also observe how the packet flow path may generally is a change in the network topology. So summary, bago tayo sa laboratory, ano ba yung natutunan natin sa module na ito, sa discussion ito for this week? That packet filtering, yung stateless, yun yung nagre-retain ng information content, mas masasabi nating mas reliable compared to the state, ay yung yung stateless pala, by the way, ito yung hindi masyadong reliable kasi nga hindi to nag-save ng information. Although it provides uh, simple protection, first layer of protection sa layer 3 at sometimes sa layer 4. Ang stateful, ito yung nag-save ng information content. So nakakapag-block, allows blocking and traffic based, no? Application gateway naman, ito yung mga proxy firewall, no? Next generation additional services, gaya nung pag-integrate ng IPS, IDS, and so on and so forth. Okay. So, tandaan nyo guys, no, ang ating firewall it is used to protect your internal network. Your internal network is the trusted from the external, which is the untrusted. Ngayon guys, to, some firewall designs as simple as designating an outside network and inside network, no? And networks are also require public addresses to service will often include the DMZ. Yung DMZ, yan yung parang connection from the internal and the external network. No, meron kang demilitarized zone, no, while strictly blocking access to the inside network. Okay? So nagpo-provide tayo ng flexibility. Okay, next. Ito yung mga dapat yung maintindihan dito sa mga top discussion natin. Firewall, packet filtering, stateless yun, stateful, no, yan yung information, nagverte ng information content. Yung mga next generation, ito yung mga integration ng IDS, IPS, no, and the layered depends, no. Nagsasabi kung gaano ka secure. Now, no, doon sa ating laboratory, I think, ang sabi dito, let me, ano, no, kasi dito sa packet tracer, sabi, in the packet tracer, o in the Cisco, no, packet tracer, I think, familiar naman kayo dito, no, we will be performing an activity or laboratory, we call this, activity. Anong purpose? Uh, to observe a packet flow in a LAN, mamaya magde-demo tayo, no? And as well as the one topology, no? So magkakaroon tayo ng mga simulation ulit. Okay? And then we will also observe yung packet flow, no? That may change in the net if there is a change in network topology, no? So yun yung ating magiging parang pinaka lab activity, no? Okay? So I think I can now stop the recording bago tayo pumunta doon sa laboratory.